Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Heart Bouquet from Debbi Minero. Now, if you're following day to day, number one, thank you for that. We shared yesterday Nueris, and I had paired this with this on our latest Tangle Time session, and I showed you that. It was kind of a teaser too, and now we'll show how you put it together, or at least that tangle. Okay, and I'll share the tiles that I shared yesterday today in case you missed it. All right, so this one starts off with a line. It can be whatever kind of line you want it to be. I'm gonna I'll make a straight one here ish. Okay, then we're going to do what I like to call the fancy fescue, and that is, and it doesn't matter which side you go, but it does. Okay, my theory that it does need to go first, whichever side you wish it to be on. So I'm going to have it go to the left, but what we do is a big curve line crossing back over the line we just made, and then the fancy fescue, when you get it kind of as long as you want it, then let me try. There we go. And then you just have it come back on itself. After a while, you get to doing it almost in one stroke, and it just, for me, it just has become natural. And I was doing something, I was trying to not do that, and boy, it's hard to undo something that you've done for a while. But we want to cross this over like this, looping it over that initial line we made, and I like to draw a little shine space, fill in around it like that. And then on the other side, we're going to do a similar stroke. This one is going to go into a spiral, and now it doesn't have to touch this, but if you want it to, it's best to do the fancy fescue first, and then when we come around the other side, this one, again, it doesn't matter, but if you want to make sure to cross there, it's not a bad idea. And then we'll come around. I've made this so big I can't fit anything else in. And a nice big spiral. Well, we'll see. Maybe I can get a couple in another way. All right. Then from here, we're going to put a heart on top. And so you can always extend this if it's too long. Or too short, I mean. If it's too long, the thing that I did, well, here, and I'll show you ahead of time. I had some that I changed my mind on, and so I'm like, oh, well, so then you just draw the heart, where you want it, and then just extend the line through and make some decorations, or fill it in. Or if you have some really cool pens that have the intention of working over on black paper. These ones that I used were, yes, they were the Milky Pops by Pentel. And you know what? I'm going to look to see how I put a link in the video besides it being on my link tree inside, and it's inside the Amazon store link. I saw one on somebody else's, and I'm like, ooh, I have to look and see how to do that. So it might be in a little link underneath the video by the description section, or just dig down into the description section. Look below the links to the step outs. You'll find my link tree, and it's on there in the Enabler Alert store. Okay, last bit is put a nice orb, filled in orb, right there in the center or wherever, and then you can play, shade, whatever it is you want to do. Now, let's see. Maybe I can get a little one on the blah. Why try to squeeze something in? Let's see. I'm going to draw we'll do a little something so it looks like it's sitting there. And, well, we'll play with it in a minute. If you want to have some extra fun, let's do another one. Oh, let's do, okay, a curvy line. And let's see. Oops, 1 second. I should mute that other thing that's going off. Okay. We'll do things maybe the same direction. So I'm going to do a fancy fescue coming this way. Oh, actually, what's interesting is if you do a curvy line, you kind of get that, you know, this seed shape here. But let's do the other way also and do a big, there we go, spiral. And now all of a sudden, I don't remember, did I say the reason to do this first? I think I distracted myself, but if I didn't, doing the fancy fescue first then gives you something to, if you want to have the spiral touch, it will touch there. I realized that after when I was doing it, and I'm like, and I didn't do the other side, I was doing the spiral first, I'm like, oh, and I was headed to put it against this line, which we know it's not going to really matter, but at the same time, I went, oh, that's maybe a good idea as to why to do the other side first. All right. And I'm going to go halfway on here because I kind of want to do a big heart. So this is what I was talking about. You can just do the heart right over. And you could either leave that as it is or extend it all the way, make it part of the decoration. And then the other fun thing on Deb always does this on her, the tangles that she creates is to create a really good number of ways to use it. So, and just, you know, variations. So here we can have multiples coming out. That's just one. And then we'll put the little orbs on here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to decorate this way with some aura-ing of that side there. And let me think here. And, you know, could totally disguise this and put lines going, you know, continuing. Could, but I'm not gonna. Here's what I had in my mind to begin with, and I'm just gonna go with it. I was putting lines the other direction because that's fun too. But this is so fun, so easy. Yeah, that looks neat. And let's see. Well, you know what? Might as well make these kind of the same. Yeah. And then let's say add some shading. It's just such a fun tangle because you can just play with it in so many ways. Let's see. Ooh, I think I'm going to put some. Now this looks like the edge of a coin to me. Let's put some there and see then where else we want to go. Oh, here's another thought. Oh, not with the red pen. That would be bad. Let's neaten up this. That one weird little lump. And at the same time, just thicken that one edge. And then we'll do the same here. This, you could just kind of use a take off and land concept, or basically just tracing over what you have, but maybe bring it out a little bit in the middle. It could also be helpful. As you see, I didn't do that because I always think about this after the fact. You could go down a nib size in your pen, so that makes it a little bit easier to do the take off and land because it's a smaller nib and it fits in, and then you don't have little bumpies to work out. So I like that. To me, that kind of adds a touch of class. And let's see, since I've done that, We could do that here. Add a little bit of thickening to one side. Ooh, that looks neat. Okay, and let's see. Well, let's put some graphite on this side. And while I'm at it, I was going to add a little bit of graphite right to those places that I thickened. Oh, yes. And all right, since I seem to be going on the, what is that? The right side for shading. And I'm just using what's left on the Tortillion because I don't know that I want it that heavy. Yep. You could add drop shadows if you wanted to. So I'm going to do that right here. Instead of doing like I did here, I mean, you could do that with the graphite also. Yeah, maybe that's a bit much. I don't know. And let's see, on this one, let's just go simple and I'll go opposite side because, you know, why not? And just leaving it kind of as it is, which is also neat. You know, it's like the elegance of limits concept, but just the, you know, kind of the elegance of simplicity. And it's so fun that you could do whatever you're in the mood to do, whichever way. So fun. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this. Oh, wait, there's more. I did show this. And this one I was trying to make them as a border. And then what's interesting is when I added this bit, and I hope to have this class replay posted soon. We'll see if I can get it done by this weekend. Is I had just the heart bouquets up there, and I'm like, it just doesn't look, you know, there was just something. And so then I decided to add dots and lines, and it just really, really finished it off. And then let me point them out on here. So this one I decided with the Minero to add it to the top of these hearts. So let's find a good one. Well, oh, here we go. So I built it out of the hearts. I don't know what, sometimes I don't have anything specific in my head. I wanted it to come out of this somehow. And I like the way it looked. There's always a way you can, you know, have fun with things. All right. So there we go. Again, if you liked it, please click on the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I always try to do this at the end so that way it looks like a neat pile, but then it's hard where I have the camera focused. That's cool. In the description section, I mentioned all three things. Links to the step outs, my link tree, and the link tree that was mostly as I was talking about the pens, but also on the link tree link you will find, you know, all of my social media, links to my website where you can follow my blog if you wish. It has a link back here to the YouTube channel. It'll go to the main page of the YouTube channel. So if you want to utilize that, one reason to do that is I have way too many playlists on there. Sometime I'm going to pare them down. But if you are looking for something like thematic, for instance, hearts, or I have one for steampunk. I have wintry ones or Christmas time ones, flowery or leafy. I try to categorize things that way. That was the intention of my website, which someday that will get to be that way as well. but at least I have it on the playlist. So that way, you can check those out. Then also we have a wonderful Tangle Addicts community on Facebook where we just share, have fun, just, kind of all things Zentangle. And, it's just a fun, safe place to share your work. Oh, let's see. So come and join us there. If you decide to, there are 4 questions you have to answer. I always like to make sure to let you know that. And that's what will gain you entry, as long as other things are correct too. So correct meaning, like I had somebody, it's like no picture, no anything, like 2 friends. I'm like, oh, okay, I betting you're not a real person, or somebody that's just doing things to cause trouble. So that kind of stuff, it's like, yeah, I try to weed that out. I don't have to do that too many times, but sometimes something just kind of makes you go, and so, I want to keep it a nice, safe space without nonsense and distractions and stuff like that. So let's see, what else is there? Oh, links to classes. So if you would like to participate in something like this, the only thing that ties us together, so like this time, for instance, on this Tangle Time session, I shared 2 tangles. Well, essentially 3, because we had the Nueris light that people could do. But I just like, here are the tangles we're going to do. Have fun. And if there's samples that we can see, then we can see them. And it's just, you do whatever you're inspired to do. And if you have a challenge, like I do, I don't know where to start, then you can follow what I'm doing. You can follow what my mom, co-host, does. And it's just it's a great time. So come and join us. There are links there for where to follow me for classes. And those are important because it will show up in your time zone. And then also take into account daylight savings and all of that kind of stuff. So, all right, so that's all I'm going to share about that for now. And with that, thank you again so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.